I want to kind of get into this right here real quick about this housing market. So a lot of people know that, or they're thinking that we're going into a recession. I want to talk a little bit. Do you guys know what a recession is? Do you guys know what the definition of a recession is?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like my hairline.
It just keeps receding.
It's going back. No.
So the recession is if you have a gross domestic product where it declines for 2 quarters, you're technically in a recession.
Really?
And so right now I think we're in our first quarter. We've seen that we've dropped. We're down, I think, 1.5. And so I'm looking at this data, and we all know that I'm looking at sold homes, okay? Yeah. New homes. So I'm looking at the new home sector going, okay, we had 567 homes sold last year, and right now we have 192. So we're slower on pace to close homes this year. And then, it's builders and sellers, they had all the power. And they don't have the power anymore. You're seeing listings going back up, percentage, year over year. We're seeing uptick in the amount of listings that we have. Also, Goldman Sachs, you look at, I think they say it's Deutsche Bank and Bank of America, all predicting recession.
Really?
Yeah, and so that means that they're seeing that every time that there's inflation and inflation starts to go higher, right behind it, preceding that, is a recession, right? Look, you can go into and say, well, there's markets, there's bubbles, there's economic triggers, right? Yeah. That pop in. We had COVID, but I feel that we're heading for a recession, yet we still have a very high employment.
Absolutely.
And that's weird, different.
Is it weird?
Yeah, because normally when you start to see recession, what do businesses do? They start to retract, laying people off.
Yeah.
And yet everybody is still working, and it's a really weird dynamic.
And people are still hiring like crazy. But I'm finding that a lot of people don't want to work.
Are you feeling the same way?
Yeah, it's harder to find employees.
I get people
even in my industry.
I get people who message me on Facebook and they're like, "Man, I need a job," and I'm like, "I got one," and they're like, "I don't really want to work."
Yeah, but is it people not wanting to work? Or are they looking for opportunities for a better place to work? More money for work?
I don't think that's the case, because I've seen it in every industry. I have friends that are in the bartending and serving industry, for instance, and they're posting, "Hey, I need a job. I need this. I need that." And then someone says, "Hey, check this and this place out," but they don't. It's like people want to work, but they don't want to get there. And I'm not sure if it's the gas prices, but I can tell you that this city is never going to stop, though. No matter what. No matter what. This is a city that people will always move to. People are always going to buy houses here. Mm-hmm. It will never end. So no matter how high or how low something gets, it's just not going to stop ever.
Well, I think we're in a housing market bubble a little bit. We're starting to see that numbers are starting to come down, and people that are out there putting their house on the market and they're putting it over list, like you were talking about before.
Yeah.
You got away with putting your condo on the market 20,000 above, right?
Yeah.
And you had that thing sold, but that probably wouldn't be as guaranteed in this market.
That was before COVID. That was like 2018.
Wow.
Yeah. That was back when I had a 3.7%.
So you crushed it at that point.
Yeah.
So I think, you look at asset bubbles. We think that, every asset has a bubble right now. Stock market, housing market. We saw a lot of these cryptocurrencies come down. Also, economic shocks. We talk about that disrupts the markets here. So I just feel that in Las Vegas, are we going to be the outlier and say, yeah, most of the other part of the country will maybe have this recession, but because like you said, desirability.
Yeah.
People wanting to move here. Has no state tax. It has a lot of perks. Housing is still somewhat affordable, even though it's higher. And we're starting to see rates. I think they've peaked. I got a guy here that's in the chat room right now telling me they're starting to see rates back in the 4s.
Yeah.
DJ. And I just want to say, yeah, I think they've peaked. I don't know if they're coming back that far, but they're saying possibly long-term inflation has peaked. They're also saying that maybe rates have peaked out.